Okay, so if we're standing here, can the camera still see us? Because then we can, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to move the camera or just you want to leave it there.
Leave it there.
Oh.
So, we want to talk about our seeding. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm Mac.
And Jose.
And we are Upper Country Farms.
Yep.
We are a 20-acre market farm up here in the beautiful Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And generally we post videos just about us working on the farm, showing you what we're doing here. But today I thought we'd do something a little different and show you our different seeding methods.
Yeah.
And how we seed the different plants that we start here on the farm. So I thought we'd take some time to do that. All right, the first thing that I wanted to talk about was soil blocking, because soil blocking is what we use the most often here on the farm, and I am in love with soil blocking. I really see the benefits of it and think it's amazing for the plants. We initially started our first season using cell trays, and we didn't have very good luck with them. So we've switched over completely to the soil blockers, but let me show you which ones we use. This one's the most common that we use. This is a 12 blocker from Johnny's. The thing I'm most excited about is Johnny's now has a process that will seed or block the entire tray at a time.
Oh yeah.
This thing's a little bit of a pain in the rear end because I mean, it's hard on your arms and your wrists, and I got shoulder pain, so I don't really like the process of this. There's also another company up here in Michigan, I think it's Lower Michigan, but they have another system that will do the whole tray at a time. That one's, I think, a little bit cheaper. I think the one from Johnny's is maybe around $1,000. The one the company up here does, and I'll try to find a link for them, is around $400. These right here are around $300 to $400 each. And when I soil block this size, this is the 12 blocker. I think maybe it's like 1 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch blocks. When I seed out an entire tray, we can get 50 blocks in a tray. So that's how we use this one. Then we have the next most common one we use is this 35 blocker. So this one, I like this one a little bit better because it will seed across the entire tray, and then I just add one extra row at the end. So I can get 112 blocks if I'm using this guy. Then we have one that we don't use really often. We use it a couple of times a year. That's this big guy. This is the Johnny's 6 blocker. We use these in these larger trays. And we only use this one for our cucurbits. So cucumbers, summer squashes, and winter squashes. Oh, and then also melons. We use this for melons. The reason I like this is in the 12 blocker, this little bit smaller guy, they get leggy really quick.
Yeah.
And if for some reason, especially up here in the UP, we get a late frost and we have to keep them in the greenhouse longer, they don't get leggy and they have plenty of room to spread out and grow, which we have had to keep them in here a lot longer.
Yeah.
So that's what we use this bigger guy for. And when we use this square tray, we can get 30 blocks in a tray. The last one that we use, not very often, is this little guy. I don't even know, what is this, got 20 in it? 4 by 5, yeah, so 20. This is an itty bitty tiny blocker, but I'm gonna tell you what, for itty bitty seeds that you don't want to cover because they need light to germinate, this thing is amazing.
Yeah.
So celery, what are some other ones we do? Oregano, thyme, rosemary, that's what we use this for. And then we have this slightly bigger blocker that these little blocks will sink right into. So when we're ready to put them up into bigger blocks, I don't use this one very often anymore. What I find is that I just like to use this guy and just drop the seed in the hole and not cover it. And we have great germination. It saves us time from going to this to this.
Yeah.
But if you don't have space in your germination room, this is the guy. You just have to be careful because these little blocks dry out so fast. And if you forget about it for 24 hours, you're going to have a lot of plant loss.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful. But this is a good option for those really small seeds. Okay, so that's the soil blocking. I was just going to show really quick. So these are the trays we usually soil block into. These are Bootstrap Farmer trays, and they are tough. You know, I am big on spending the money up front to get something that's quality. If Jose breaks that when he's doing that, I'm going to hit him.
I try to...
You're trying to break it, and you're not. Okay, good. Woo. So yeah, they're strong. So I like these. These are the Johnny's ones over here. They work, absolutely. But what I find is, because when I go out to plant, I usually pull these along with me, and they crack right here on this edge. I don't like that very much. But they work just fine, and you can see the holes on the bottom keep too much moisture from staying in your soil blocks, which that's why I like soil blocking. Then we also use these square ones, which I just talked about, but we only use these for our cucurbits, the melons, and then we use these sometimes for tomatoes and peppers. I can get 64 blocks in these for the tomatoes and peppers. This one holds a little more moisture than this guy will hold. So it doesn't matter. They both work about the same.
And these are from Boost.
No, these are out of a company out of California. Organic something. And the reason we found these when we were working in Hawaii, the company we were working for there used them, and we really like them.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't fit very well on our germination shelves, so we don't use them as often as I would like to. But they do work well for some things, and if we run out of the other trays, we utilize these. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the soil blocker. I want to talk a little bit about these. These are cell trays. We used these the first year. I found they're all right, but they hold a lot of moisture. If you have any trouble with dampening off or mold issues or fungus, I am not a fan of cell trays. As a matter of fact, I had to dig around on the farm even to find a cell tray because I've given most of them away over the year. This is a 128, so it'll hold 128 of whatever you're doing. We don't use cell trays at all here on the farm. They're fine. I don't like trying to pop the cells out. I'm just not a fan. Every farmer has
different.
Yeah. I just had a big discussion with some friends of ours because we plant all of our onions in the soil blocks, and they do their onions in these. And they were like, "Why would you ever use soil blocks? It's so much more work." We just like them. We find that the onions have a much better start if we're not yanking them out of these trays. But you do what works best for you, or figure it out. I mean, I think as you farm, you'll figure out what you like.
Yeah.
All right, so next we're going to talk about what Jose does. So Jose is our direct seeding man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we use a couple of different methods for direct seeding. Do you want to show which one first, the Jang or the Earthway?
Let's go start with this one. Give me a second. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the Earthway seeder. This is kind of old school method of seeding. This is what a lot of the farmers used back in the day. This is actually a really great little seeder, and most farmers, I would say, use this for larger seeds. Peas, beans, corn, things like that. The smaller trays aren't as precise and don't necessarily work as well.
Let's get the plate.
Oh, you're trying to get the plate. He's getting the plate out so he can show you. So these come with different size plates, and we have a lot of the different size plates. This is the one for peas and beans because that's really the only thing we ever use it for. And anymore, we don't really use this at all because we now paper pot most of our stuff.
Yep. And the next one is the most we use here on the farm.
Yeah. So the next one is the Jang seeder.
This is the best.
This is definitely our pride and joy.
Yeah.
The precision on it is much better. These come in a 4-row. I don't know if these do a 6-row yet. But I think for a farm our size, we have not found really a need to use a, you know, the 4 would be nice because you just have to make one pass on a bed. But to be honest, it takes us maybe 3 minutes to seed a whole bed with this versus 1 minute with a 4 row. So this works really well. It's just got the hopper for the seeds, and it has all the different size rollers. So Jose's got all the rollers in there. And then there's a chain in here that you can adjust the spacing on your planting.
Yeah.
So we mostly use this on our root crops.
Yeah, we use for carrots, radishes, arugula.
Oh yeah, arugula.
Yeah, and let me remember.
Parsnips we use it for.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot. We don't use it for a whole lot.
No, we start salad mix with this one.
In the beginning, we used it for salad mix, but you have got to have a weed-free farm if you want to use this for salad mix. Because direct seeding salad mix when there's weeds is tough.
Yeah, you can do pretty much everything with this one. Corn, peas.
Yeah, you just have to buy all the different size little rollers for it, which they're fairly expensive. These are about $25 to $30 each, I think. Yeah. But it's, you know, the cost up front is going to save you a lot on the back end.
Yeah, this roll is for corn, I think, maybe corn.
Yeah, and beans.
Yeah.
So, you know, we really like this. This is I don't use it, but Jose does.
Yeah, this one working better with the good condition. You know, when the soil is good.
Yeah, very soft.
Yeah, the other one is good when the soil is a little more.
Not as nicely
yeah.
worked. But we don't really use that. Most of our beds are pretty nice now. We still have a lot of weeds, and I don't know that we'll ever conquer that. I wish we could. Okay, so that's the Jang seeder. Now, you know, you really have to decide for your farm whether or not upgrading from a single row to like a 4 row is worth it. There's also the 6 row precision seeders that you can use for things like salad mix. We've never tried using any of that kind of a seeder, so you know, we can't really let you know what our thoughts are on that. I've never even seen it used except for on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's the seeder we use the most often. We can move all this out of here. Oh, you want to put it back?
You want to talk about the plastic?
No, paper pot next. So the next thing that we use an awful lot around here is the paper pot transplanter. I don't think Jose needs to bring it all the way up here. It's heavy and it's big. We debated for a long time in the beginning to get one of these because they run around $1,000. I don't know what the price is now. We bought this one used off of a farmer that had used it for 1 year, and I would never look back. It is such a game changer for these small. Okay, apparently you're going to bring it all the way up here. It's just to torture me or what? Okay. I guess he wants to really show it off. So this we use 3 different sizes. Well, it only comes, I think, in 3 different sizes. These are the chains for it. Each of these has 264 cells in it, I think.
Yeah.
And we use this, we'll talk about it more, but we use these for a lot of different crops. So there's a 2-inch, so it'll plant something every 2 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches. We use all of them. The problem with the paper pot transplanter is it is expensive up front to get started. I mean, really anything you do, because you're going to end up having to buy trays if you're using anything else. But these guys, the boxes of these, which have between 75 and I think 150 chains total in them, run you between $350 and $450 per box. So it gets pretty expensive, but when we have to buy them all together, it's $1,000. Yeah. But the amount of time it saves us, like I don't think we would ever go back to hand planting.
No, we use this one for beets. No, you used to.
We do sometimes use it for beets, but we have too many weeds, I think, to be using it for beets.
Yeah, and but now we switch to
salad mix. We use this for. We use it for
beans.
Oh yeah, beans, peas.
Yeah.
Yep. Spinach.
pole beans.
Ooh, yeah, the pole beans.
Yeah.
We use it for our salad turnips. We've used it for radishes.
Yeah.
We've used it for carrots.
Oh yeah, we for carrots. Yeah.
Now, the carrots on a large scale, it wouldn't work. But if you've got a small planting just for yourself, this thing would be, I think it would work. Your soil has to be better than the soil in these, though. Otherwise, the carrots don't want to leave these.
And this is other thing. This working good with good soil.
Oh yeah, you need pretty good soil.
Yeah,
for
very
it.
smooth too.
The other thing is like the first year I think we used it, it was kind of frustrating because the way it piles soil and you have to come back through sometimes and pile soil around things. But Jose's gotten really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as frustrating as it used to be. And I think now, everything has a learning curve. So it's a matter of, most things are annoying up front, but once you get to learn how to use them.
Yeah, and we like it because in a good condition, the thing is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it works amazing. So then these are the trays for the paper pots. It's a standard tray. It's a little bit bigger than your 1020. You're gonna get it out of the way?
You want to put it in the top.
Okay, well I think you're doing too much, but. So this just sits in here and this little thing slides in underneath your plants at the end here. And then as you pull it, it pulls that string of plants out. We'll show some video on how it works.
Very easy.
Yeah, it works really well. So I just wanted to talk briefly about potting up. There's not many things we pot up anymore. Tomatoes and peppers are pretty much the only things we pot up. And in the beginning, I used these larger pots. I think these are maybe a 5-inch by 5-inch. Because I thought, ooh, I'm going to have the best tomatoes. I'm going to, and the extra soil in these, I was like, oh, great healthy plants. No, it's just extra work for us. So we just pot up into these they're like, I don't know, 3.5 by 3.5, whatever. 18 of these fit into a standard 10-20 tray. We use these for sale at market. We use these for planting. And so it just gives our tomatoes and peppers an opportunity to get a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger before we put them in the ground. Yeah. So this is what we use for potting up. All right, those are our planting methods.
Yeah, but we want to talk about the other thing.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Thank you for the reminder. His brain works a lot better than mine. All right, so now when we're planting out, in the beginning, I was very against plastic. I am not a fan. Absolutely not a fan. But we are 2 farmers working. We have 160 100-foot beds, the 2 of us.
Excuse me.
Dusty in here. You all right? Gazoon type. We are 2 farmers working 160 beds. We don't have extra help. We have somebody that helps us out in the greenhouse a little bit, but we don't have help out in the fields. We don't have time to plant. So we have found and are in love with this quick plant fabric. We get the one from Farmer's Friend, but Johnny's now carries it as well. I don't know who had it first, but I think it was Farmer's Friend.
Yeah, I think the other company they offer, but without this hole.
Oh no, Johnny's has the holes.
No, but
yeah, you can get this plastic and you can buy the die cut machine that'll that'll cut these holes for you. So you can make any size you want. You can even make your own cut machine. I find as a farmer though, to learn how to do new things, I'm not a big fan. So, were you gonna say something?
No, just say this one's coming with different size. Space.
So this is the 3 by 10, so 3 rows across, and then these are spaced 10 inches apart. There is a 4 by 8.
Which means 4.
Yeah, 4 rows, 8 inches apart. The one we use the most is probably it's 2 rows by 18 inches. And then there's a single row 18 inches down the center, every 18 inches. And we use all of them, but we use this one and probably the 2 by 18 inch the most. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that a lot today. But these are a game changer. Again, you can buy the equipment. They also sell the die cut that makes these holes. I think that's about $1,000 to buy that. These rolls, I don't know what they cost. A couple $100.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's super convenient. Yeah, the only thing you have to get is the
Staples.
the staple and the hot knife.
Oh, there's a hot knife that
Yeah.
we bought along with this, and that's to cut it, because we buy these in 500-foot rolls and then cut them down to the 100 foot that we use for our beds. All of our beds, except for in the high tunnels and this one small tunnel we have over here, are 100 foot.
Yeah.
In the high tunnel, they're 90 foot, and in this small tunnel, 50 foot. But we almost run exclusively 100-foot
Yeah.
beds to keep everything consistent. And then every year we can move the same plastic to the next bed as we rotate crops.
Yeah.
It works really well. So yeah, these are a game changer for us.
Yeah. Thanks, farmer friend.
Yeah, we love Farmer's Friend. We use them for a lot of things. Well, thank you for sticking around while we talked about all of the different ways that we plant here on the farm and showed you all the tools.
Yeah, I hope so you're still there.
Yeah, we hope you're there. We talked about the transplanter. We talked about the soil blockers. We talked about the seeders.
Yep.
So we use a lot of different tools here on the farm to get our crops in the ground. We hope showing you the tools was helpful, helps you understand what we have going on. So stay tuned for the next video. We're going to talk about the different crops and how we do each different crop. So the next video will be the first half of the alphabet. We're going to do beans through maybe lettuces, not quite sure. And then there will be a third video where we talk about everything from onions through the solanaceous crops like tomatoes and peppers.